I saw Cocaine Bear last night, and now I'm going to do a review for it. Now, Cocaine Bear was one of those trailers where you look at it and you're like, oh my goodness, this looks like a lot of fun. Then you see it's based on a true story, and you're like, holy shit. But when it comes down to it, it's like, I don't care if this is based on a true story or not. If this film can deliver on the trailer and the title, it's going to be a hell of a time. In this film, true to the title of the film, a bear ends up consuming a heavy dosage of cocaine that gets left in the woods, which then prompts it to go on a drug-fueled rampage through the local woods, where multiple different human parties end up crossing paths with it. There's drug dealers searching for the cocaine, law enforcement looking to bust the drug dealers, and a mom searching for her missing daughter. Trailers for this film promise chaos and anarchy. I mean, how can you not with the title Cocaine Bear? Now, the core of the movie obviously hinges on the bear. And surprisingly, for a movie that's cheap in a lot of aspects, the CG for the bear actually looked pretty solid, and there weren't really a lot of moments where I was like, ooh, that looks like shit. For the most part, the bear was looking good throughout the film. Besides that, that's obviously where most of the money went, because the movie looks pretty cheap in a lot of aspects when it comes to cinematography, general look, and all that kind of stuff. Now, this movie is also classified as a comedy. It has a tone where it's not taking itself too seriously, which I felt for the most part worked for it, but there's not a whole lot of stuff I found to be super funny when it didn't come to the actual bear, doing its thing. When the bear was doing its thing, it's a trifecta experience. One, it's supposed to be funny. I mean, it's a bear getting fueled off of cocaine, for crying out loud. Two, it's supposed to be terrifying because it's still a bear trying to eat your ass. And three, it's supposed to be gory. This movie thankfully was not afraid to show some gore when it came to the bear doing its thing. That level of gore definitely adds some juice to the movie because it got a whole lot of fun, gory moments, some of which aren't even directly connected to the bear. The juiciest one is seeing someone's intestines literally being slurped up like noodles, Lady and the Tramp style. Had the movie not had that going for it, and I'm talking about the gore, this would be pretty unwatchable. Because not surprisingly, there's not a whole lot of meaningful or interesting human stuff going on here, and obviously stuff that doesn't have to do with the bear. And I get it, that's not the appeal of the movie, so it makes sense. The bear rampages are the star here, and there's a solid amount of them to make me feel like it didn't waste my time for the hour and a half I was there. I would say 6 out of 10 for this movie. It's an alright time, but not something that I'll think too much about down the road. I didn't know this whole meaning or the true story behind these actual events before I saw the movie at the time I saw it. Reading on it later before I did this review, it is actually pretty fun and interesting that they mined this crazy story out of the actual true basis of this film. Apparently there was a bear that had some cocaine, and that true story was found dead on the spot. Not quite the case here. It's also easy to see how they could do a sequel for this movie if they just sort of forget the whole true story thing, which they already did for this one, if this movie is a big enough hit, obviously. So that'll do it for this quick review of Cocaine Bear. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.